masters of speed. This is Formula One.
Hello there, welcome back to another setup video at the Hungaroring, and you might have seen these pictures by now, but this is currently the state of the Hungaroring. It is under a foot of water. With that being said, let's go and get into the wet setup. Using the same rule that I've used for every other setup that I've created, you +2 for inters, +4 for wets on the wings. I've got all these set up for inter setups because very rarely is a circuit full wet throughout the entire race. So if the race that you're about to race starts on the blue stripe tire, very rarely it's full wet all throughout the race, so you can swap the winters. If it was a full wet race, I would generally run an inter setup anyway, simply because you're quicker. Not initially, and granted, but yeah, this is what I've done. So I've taken the dry setup that I created for Hungary. For members, those updated setups need to be redone again, but this will work absolutely fine, no dramas. So +2 on the front for inters, green tire, +4 for wet tires, which is the blue tire. Unfortunately, Hungary is Monaco without the walls, so you can't increase the front wing. However, you can increase the rear wing. So the dry setup was 50-42. It's inters weather right now, so I've gone 50-44. So I've +2 on the rear wings. I've gone to the transmission. I've taken the on diff down from 80%, I think it was, down to 25. I've kept the off diff the same, and I've kept the engine braking the same. Onto the suspension geometry, and you'll be shocked to find out that I did nothing, absolutely nothing. What I have changed though is the suspension, the roll bars, the ride height. Usually I don't touch the front suspension, however, I have been noticing lately, and I have been informed that small circuits with close proximity racing, as in Hungary, Austria, Singapore, I've checked all the way up to Singapore, dirty air becomes a massive factor. The main thing for understeer in real life is a stiff suspension, approaching corners too fast. Understeer is caused a lot by driver error, but the main thing from a mechanical side, from a setup side, is understeer. So I've softened the suspension on the front, so I've gone from 41 to 32. I've kept the rear suspension the same because you still need that rear suspension to squat down. I have changed the front anti-roll bar from 21, I think it was, to 14. I've softened the rear anti-roll bar from, I think it was 18 to 9. I've increased the front ride height from 22 to 25, and I've kept the rear ride height the same. I would run this in here, in this part of the setup, the same for the wets. The only thing that I would change differently between inters and wets is the wings. Obviously I would change everything like I've just showed you, but I would 100% keep everything the same, whether it was inters or wets, only changing the wings. Brakes and pressures, I've kept them exactly the same as the dry setup, so 98% on the brake pressure, 56 on the brake bias. Yeah, it seems to work well, so keep it as is. And then on the tires, this is where why I need to change all the setups, because I was finding that the tires were overheating. You need to have the tires within a certain window. Plus or minus 3 degrees is neither here nor there, but when it gets to plus or minus 5, that's when you cause excess overheating, and you can find yourself slipping a lot, and then obviously that generates more heat and excess tire wear, which you don't want. So I need to redo all the tire pressures, but I think I've got them nailed now. So yeah, this is what I've gone with. So I've gone with the right front of 24.5, gone with the front left of 28.0, I've gone with rear right of 25.5 and a rear left of 26.5. The tire situation for this game is broken. It's never in my life have I found it be more is less and less is more, which makes no sense to me. In real life, if you put 26.5 psi in the rear tire, it's gonna explode. Not only that, you're gonna get no grip from it at all. But you know, that is what it is. Do all that good stuff. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.